Hello and welcome back. Today we can talk Cuba. Just a quick one on Cuba. The UN just voted to lift all the sanctions from Cuba because the sanctions against Cuba is wrong. And sanctions from the USA and the Europe against Cuba is wrong. And they're stopping other nations to do business with Cuba, trade with Cuba. Stop Cuba from getting medicines. When it was the pandemic, Cuba had to make their own vaccines. Yeah? So that means how much they care about Cuba when Medicare and it was a pandemic and Cuba was supposed to get the vaccines according to the UN treaty. The USA blocked, Biden blocked Cuba from getting the vaccines. That's how dirty these people is. He don't care about the people of Cuba. He's saying all the time that they're under dictatorship and he want to free them and he want them this, but he don't care if they're dead in the pandemic because they don't care about the people. What the Americans and the Europeans really want is the Cuba government to dissolve or disappear. Because they try many coup d'etats many times, and the coup d'etats never work on Cuba. And that's what they're about. That's what they're about. Trying to get rid of the Cuba government. And all the nations voted to withdraw the embargo, the sanctions embargo, and only 2 nations voted against. Guess the 2: America and Israel. The 2 voted against. Why would Israel? Because Israel is a puppet of the United States and the United States is a puppet of Israel. They work hand in hand. And that's awful because America always talk about international law. Now when the war is in Ukraine, Russia invaded Ukraine. What were the Americans were saying? What the Europeans were saying? Okay, the Russians going against international law. But when international law is should be heard by United States and Europe, these people just throw it out the window. It means nothing to them when they should abide by it. But they want other people to abide by it. The hypocrisy stinks from these people. These people are some of the biggest hypocrites. And double standards is beyond recognition. I don't understand how these people expect other people in the world to trust and believe them and believe that they believe in democracy and justice, but when it comes to them, no, we're going to do what we want because we are the rulers of the world. That's what America and Europe do, the collective West. But it's falling apart. It is falling apart. Because Europe and America, they just bully people. And it's starting to fall apart because Saudi Arabia now deciding now that they can shut down the petrodollar. The petrodollar is going to soon fall apart. They can trade in their own currencies and let other nations trade in their own currencies as well. Just like what Russia, China, India, South Africa, Brazil has started to do. Because when you trade in the American dollar, you prop up the American government. You make them stronger. So Hopefully they learn a lesson. These people are always talking about human rights and democracy, but they don't. These people don't care nothing about human rights. They don't care nothing about democracy. What all they care about is keeping control. Keeping control. And they always want to do things by force. If you don't listen, we're going to punish you. We're going to punish you by sanctions, or we can punish you with weapons, with bombs. And that's just what these people do. Year in, year out. Same thing. Just look and see what they do to Afghanistan. And then run and gone and leave Afghanistan. The same people they was trying to take, liberate the people from the Taliban. The Taliban was bad people. They tried to liberate the people from the Taliban. Then run out 20 years later and the Taliban still in control. But somehow we should believe these people. And if you don't comply with these people, they always try to come after you. Personally or they might put with force. Nobody is starting to listen to America anymore in Europe. Russia has started the ball rolling to show the world that you don't need America or Europe. They need the rest of the world. They're running all over the world now, trying to get people to sell them gas and oil. And they're begging people to sell them gas and oil. And the gas and oil that passing through to go to Africa, they are stealing it. They are stealing it. Yes, they are stealing it. The grain that the UN deal that the UN and Russia and Turkey did, so that grain that from Ukraine can go to poor nations, Europe have stole it. Yes, only two ships leave for for poor nations. One went to Sudan, I think, and one went to I think Cambodia or somewhere. I can be wrong. Don't hold me on that one. But I know Sudan get one. And this is how these people is ruled. They don't care about human rights. They don't care about nothing. And Cuba was being there for a long time. And the pandemic, Cuba helped nations. Cuba had doctors and nurses flying over. Even to my little nation of Barbados. Cuban doctors and nurses went to help in the pandemic. Italy as well, big European nation, supposed to be rich. Second largest economy in Europe in manufacturing. Cuba went and helped these people in the pandemic. Not America, not Canada, not France, Cuba. But yet, Cuba is supposed to be some kind of hegemony, some kind of bad regime. That's how the dictators call them all kind of names. But still they can help people. Don't buy this. Don't buy into this. Only thing the American government is doing, and along with Europe, I can call them the collective West, because that include Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and South Korea. Japan, no, we just pick a word onto Japan. Japan as well too decided now to not to listen to Europe and decided to keep the oil deal with Russia, because they cannot survive without the Russian oil and gas, and they went against the US. And let me tell you something here now about these people here now too. A quick word about these people, hypocrisy and double standards. France. France was crying out. Macron was crying out, saying that he getting gas from the American companies, gas and oil from the American companies, and he paid 3 times the price. And all of these supposed to be friends, France and America. And you see what they're doing? They don't care about nobody. All these people are crooks, criminals. That's suit France right. Because France went on board with the European Union and America and went against Russia. Now they want gas and paying 3 times the price for the gas, the same gas. They crying out. There's no need to cry out. You shouldn't be crying out. You tell the people of France as well too that pay high prices for gas and electricity and food. Is the price worth paying for the freedom of the Ukrainian people? But the government don't want to pay the prices now to help free the Ukrainian people. It's BS, it's bullshit. These people are sick. You think that the real criminals is outside on the street corners waiting to snatch your wallet or your iPhone? No. The real criminals are in shirts and ties, pretending to be the good guys. They are social pass. That's the real criminals are. Anyhow, I can call it a day. I can cut this one here for now. And Cuba, I stand with Cuba. And you should stand with Cuba too. Cuba is not a dictatorship. They just don't want America to control their wealth. And they just didn't want capitalism. Look and see what capitalism doing. It's destroying the world. They are a socialist government in Cuba, where they want the resources for the land to take care of the people and the nation. Not for private entities and corporations to come and get the resources and profit from them and leave the people with next to nothing and use the people as slaves. Let them work hard until they're 65 and 68 years old. And then tell them, this is your little pension. And as soon as you go in to collect it, it's gone. There's no way for people to be living in this day of age. Anyhow, I can stop this little rant and I can tell you, thank you. I want you to like, share, and subscribe because these videos is not gonna be on the algorithm of Google and YouTube because they want the people to remain dumb, stupid. Because the less information you have, the less informed you are, the easier it is to control you. Because you end up hating the people you're supposed to love. And that's just what they want. Divide and conquer. It's been happening for decades, centuries. And don't fall in that path. Don't walk down that path, please. Anyhow, take care. And I hear you again. Bye.